Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Leo, and our card tonight is Temperance. Right, and let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And so if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, where are we going to start? I think right here. I think we'll go over here. So I see a person trying to hang on to a balloon or like some kind of, I almost feel like it's like like a balloon or something floating up. I have to assume maybe a balloon. But I do feel like it's kind of this feeling of, have you ever seen where like people put a bunch of balloons together and then maybe in the cartoons or whatever, and it starts to lift them off the ground? It almost kind of feels like a situation like that, but really trying to hold on to it, not let go of it. And so I feel like this is a time where there's like a elevation in maybe how you're feeling. Your mood is rising. Your emotions are kind of in this real positive place. And I feel like quite hopeful, excited even. But I almost feel like it's like, okay, I don't want to think about this too much because I don't want to, jinx it, or if I get too like, into the idea of like it's shifting into a lighter place, a place where I'm feeling really good about everything, then inevitably something is gonna happen and it's gonna ruin all of it. So I feel like there's almost this like kind of superstitious feeling, but it feels like, this is, it's kind of the product of a lot of work. You just doing the dang thing. And I feel like that has to do with maybe in the material world, in your waking life. Yeah, maybe like really working hard at your job and maybe having some good luck with that. Maybe it's opening up other opportunities for you. Or, your bills are getting paid, and so it's giving you time and space to be more creative, go out and do the stuff that you want to do. I feel like it's kind of this rising out of kind of a funk, right? And so, the other part is I feel like you've also been doing some real serious self-work. And I think what that is kind of around is staying in a routine of, being creative, of making, you're working hard. So it's easy to kind of just go home, go to bed, on your weekends or whatever your days off are. Just kind of, taking that time to do housework and try to catch up on some rest and, watch TV or be on the phone or whatever. And then, that it goes by so quickly, right? And then you're back to the grind. But I think that you're being very intentional about I'm going to get up and I'm maybe going to go for a walk. Every day I'm going to go for a little walk. Or at least on my days off, I'm going to make sure I'm walking. I'm going and seeing something beautiful. Maybe going to like an art gallery, or to see music, or go out to a park and look at the gardens, or whatever it is. Also spending time making sure that you're doing your creative thing, you're doing your hobby, you're doing something within the realm of leisure, enjoyment. And, these things don't just fall into our lap, right? We have to kind of set ourselves up for success by doing the thing. I remember when I went to college and I was getting into like printmaking, and I wanted to do some kind of advertising or whatever. And, and secretly low-key, I wanted to be an artist, but I was like, always thought I was never good enough. I never had, any kind of talent, right? Everybody else seems so much more talented around me. And the thing that I learned more than anything is that you have to like keep doing it. Every day you have to do it. If you're a painter, every day you need to paint in some capacity, or working on, I don't know, your materials, or, research and seeing things and experiencing things that can feed into your work. And it's not just like, you wake up and all of a sudden you're a great painter, and you have all of the tools right there for you, and you have this, endless well of inspiration. That would be really awesome, but it doesn't work that way for most people. And so, getting into the habit of doing the things that you need to do to keep yourself creating, producing, and evolving as a person that, whatever it is that you're into. Now, it doesn't have to be, I know I talk a lot about creativity, and that's kind of because that's where my focus is a lot of times. And I am around a lot of creative people, not around them, but my life is full of creative people. And that's what I feel like I read from a lot of people who are very like artistically leaning, right? But the other, it could be other things. Like maybe you're just really into something. Maybe you I don't know, play video games or board games or something. And, I imagine, I don't really play video games, but coming from somebody who doesn't do it at all, if I just did it, I probably wouldn't be any good. So you have to spend the time to kind of build up your, I don't know, abilities and character and everything else. So yeah, putting in the time with the things that you love. Okay, and developing them. All right, so also we have this Christmas tree right here. So it's something about Christmas, and I'm trying to decipher by looking at what is in the tree itself. We're going to turn it and see if we have any ideas, but I keep getting this feeling, something around Christmas. And maybe this is the past Christmas, or maybe the one coming up, or a long ago Christmas. And it's just, this thing keeps coming to my mind, and it's almost kind of this feeling of a first Christmas and a last Christmas. So I wonder if somebody has transitioned right around the Christmas. And now I realize not everybody celebrates Christmas, okay? So we'll look at the time period of around December, right? Maybe the middle of December to right after the New Year. And it just feels like And there's a question mark here. We also have, let me look here. We have 169 as a number, 169, question mark. And I feel like it's kind of, oh, and we have a ring over here. Okay, so I almost kind of feel, like there's a kind of a mystery or murkiness, or maybe not understanding why or how this came to pass. Maybe this isn't like somebody passed away from, old age or some kind of, terminal illness or chronic illness, but something happened where it was like, what really is going on? Or maybe the circumstances around it, maybe, well, something that happens for families often is like the things, the items that their household, all of the stuff they've collected and maybe not, it wasn't ready to be given out to the family, or maybe they were young, didn't think about like, if I happen to pass, where are my things gonna go? But it feels like almost some things kind of disappeared in this situation. I keep seeing this ring, and it feels like, is it a ring, or is it maybe like somebody they were engaged to or married to? Or maybe you were married to them, and it's kind of like, what happened to these things? I don't know. I also see the writing quill. So I feel like it's, like this, like trying to, I don't know what it, like maybe a note or a letter. I don't know. Wishing for it. I don't think it's there though. I almost feel like it's like you want an explanation, but it's not there. It's just not, it's not there. It's not accessible to you. Now we have 4 6s, okay? So I feel like this is like a really, it feels like such a, like it just brings you down so quickly to like the reality of things. When you think about this, it just, it feels like, you're just brought right back down to earth. Anything else, it just stops and you're thinking about this. And it's something that you've probably, I feel like you've worked to get away from in your mind, because it's difficult. And it also leaves the question, some of the people around you who you love and you trust. There's just, something is amiss. And now, the other part of it is that I feel like maybe there was a child born around this time, because I also am feeling like this is like the first Christmas. This is, and it almost kind of feels like there's a sense of like, this thing that happened, like not wanting to let it diminish the child, right? To be born in a period of time where there's just kind of, with any person transitioning, or most anyways, it's difficult, right? And well, of course, them leaving, that is difficult. But then oftentimes there's also difficulty within the family. Even where you think everything's going to be super cool and everybody's going to get along and everybody agrees and it's going to be easy. Often, for whatever reason, it just brings out this part of people that can be quite, jarring. And so I feel like these two things happening, it just, it's something that you didn't imagine. You never imagined this would be the thing. Now we have the seahorse, so I almost feel like this is a dad figure on some level. Maybe it's your dad, maybe it's your spouse, or I don't know, maybe you're the dad, but I feel like the dad is the person who transitioned, a dad of some kind. And maybe the head of the family, maybe that's it. I don't know. But it just feels like, this thing, it just is kind of, it casts a shadow. And I don't know that this was even, maybe it was this last year, maybe not. Maybe this was a while ago, years ago even. But there's just something, it's like almost like nobody wants to talk about it, but so many questions. Okay, let's go ahead. Now that's hard to just kind of, so I'm just going to do like an abrupt, let's switch. Now we also have a scorpion here. Okay, so maybe a Scorpio person, maybe a scorpion. Sting, right? We also have a cow. We have a mother figure here. You can see with the belly. We have two children. So we have mother goddess, we have a mother figure, and we have two children. And I feel like, and we have the 71. So I feel like there's this sense of kind of when it's just these three, I feel like it's almost kind of, there is this, at first kind of I don't know, like an absence, but then almost a serenity of some kind. Like there's an ease to this dynamic. The mother and the children. And I think it's just kind of spending the days together, right? Growing up with mom. And mom being the one that is maybe the primary parent, right? That's not to say dad's not around, but there, I think looking back on it, it's like, yeah, mom and brothers, sisters, or brothers, or whatever. And that's how it's remembered, And with Hawthorne there, I feel like it's just such a blessed and beloved dynamic and relationship. This is a mother that did everything she could, right? This is a mother that gave all of herself. A mother that, maybe struggled. Absolutely. Don't we all, right? But absolutely gave everything she could. I'm thinking of like gathering every scrap of whatever to try to give her children a good life and to be present with them. And to, get down on the floor and play and read books and sing songs and, go outside and work in the garden and, go on walks together. And it almost feels idyllic, although there is this feeling of, difficulties as well. And I feel that, for you, there seems to be a great adoration for this mother. I feel like you understand how much it was for her for this to be a mother, to be a primary parent of multiple children, and being so involved is often to give over a lot of your identity, at least in those early years. And to really be immersed in that archetype, you know, which is difficult for, I would say, most people who are mothers, you know. I feel like often it's one of the things that I hear from other mothers, even myself. I really struggled in the beginning of being a mother. I felt like who I was had been taken away from me. Somebody took it away. I don't know who it was, but dang it, I didn't agree to this, you know. And it took time. It took time. And the strange thing that happens too is that you come out on the other side, yeah, you're a different person. At the core, you're not, but you know, a lot of things about yourself quite different. And that's an adjustment in itself. Hopefully you come out as somebody that you love, you know, and that you like this new life and, you know, this new person and the insights you have and everything else. You know, but I look at this and I feel like, yeah, this is a person that you admire and you are thankful for, definitely. Now we also have the moon up here. We have a duck, and I keep getting this feeling that there's this like trying to dispel this illusion, trying to get in touch with like just your intuition, your kind of internal compass. And I'm thinking of a duck as, you know, as migrating, just knowing what to do and where to go. And I feel like this is something that you're striving for, to be able to trust yourself. But there's this lingering thing, and I feel like it's like just through the whole family. The secret. There's some kind of secret. And it's revealing itself to you, or you know, but it's like you don't know exactly. Like it's coming to you in fragments. And it's difficult. It feels very difficult. But I think it's like you can't go back from it. You've already begun. You can't forget about this. Now we have a peacock, and we have a dove, and we have, it looks like a goddess, one of the maybe maidens, a younger goddess. And to me, what this feels like is maybe lamenting these earlier decisions that you made. Maybe this is when you were young. Maybe you married young. You married somebody who it didn't work out, or you stayed with them but it still didn't work out, right? Almost like there was love there in the beginning, but you were young, you were a kid, and realized that this person was all show, right? And they were kind of mean behind that. But it was, you know, it seems like something that I feel like it's like you lamented it for a long time. But with the dove, I feel like coming to peace with this part of your life, letting it go in a lot of ways. Because I do feel like that you probably got away from this. I don't even know how long it really was. Now, in the emotional waters down here, we have a fish. And I feel like maybe this has to do with that other situation, but I think there's like a worry about money or anxiety around money. And this maybe has to do with this person transitioning. Maybe there's money that went missing, or things that were of value that went missing, but I feel like it's something that's on your mind, right? And I don't even think it's about like, you wanted that money, or, like somebody, you feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's like, the thing is, whatever happened with it, it showed kind of a part of the family or a person within the family that you were not expecting and weren't ready to see, right? And then all of this on top of like maybe a child being born in this time period, and trying to celebrate that, trying to muster up the ability to enjoy a child, maybe even a grandchild or something coming into the family. And, this loss, and then also this kind of revealing of somebody's nature, or at least this behavior, this thing that they did. And, what that is, I don't know, but it feels like it's like a can of worms being opened, right? And difficult to see something like that. It's hard. And it's hard to look past it. But I think that you've tried, right? But it's hard. I just feel like it's something you can't necessarily let go of. Although you try to get away from it in your mind. All right, let's see. I was hoping this one was going to be kind of a happy one. I don't know. My goodness. Sometimes it just doesn't end up that way, does it? So this is the Wild Offering Oracle, a 52 card deck on giving it all to God. And let's see over here. I'm going to flip on through and stop where it feels right. And it says, change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into who can take it. Change me into one who can take it. Oh, it's my last reading. My last reading, and I can't read. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say to love, just show me the first step and change me into the one who can take it. All right. Oh, Leo, I want to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. Apparently, that's what they say. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And what else? If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. I know this was a very particular reading, and maybe it doesn't have anything to do with you, and I hope, some of the difficult parts, no, I hope not. But, I thank you for listening. Obviously, you're still here listening to me ramble on, so I appreciate you. And please come back, check out another Leo reading. Check out, your other signs, your other positions, and yeah. All right, Leo, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a couple days. Good night.